Alright guys, here we are, 75,000 miles. I'm going to do three things today. Changing the oil, changing the air filter, and I'm draining out 1 gallon of transmission fluid and refilling it in with the Amsoil. So let me show you where I'm at. It's been draining the oil. I've got the filter out using the 27 millimeter and getting ready to put that housing back together here with this old filter and doing the fun task. And you've seen me do this before. If you've got these kind of oil filters, the funnest part is trying to get this little O-ring off. Off isn't too bad actually, but getting the new one on is a pain, no doubt about it. So alright, so that's off. And then lube it up a little bit. It's so hot. It's like already 95 degrees here. But what I like to do is set it like that with one of the pieces, or one of the sides right in that groove. And I kind of hold it in place, and then I get this and stretch it over the top without jabbing myself. Like that. And then you just get a little bit of oil on those rings, and it's pretty simple. It's not rocket science, but highly recommend doing it every time. I wouldn't skip it. It's tempting to skip, and just reuse it, but you do it once, you do it twice, yeah. Just replace it. And then that's ready to go in. I'll wipe it down and all, but that's what's going on there. Alright, let's go over here. And let's see how many millimeters of oil we got in this catch can here. Whoa. Okay. I always drive it before I change the oil. And these engines get so hot. This 2.7 liter Ecoboost just so hot. And of course, like I said, it's like 95 degrees already. Let's see how much we got here. It's 20. And 10. So actually it's not as much as it was before. Been getting anywhere from like 35 to 40. So this is only like 30. So alright, that's pretty good. So like I said, I'll put the filter in, but I'll clean out the housing first. So whenever you take that oil filter out, there's a good amount of oil still sitting down in there, and so I'll wipe that out and get as much of that used oil out, and then put the filter in and tighten that down nice and snug. Got the filler cap off so it all drains down, and yeah, and we'll wipe that out, of course. So let's look at this air filter now. So that'll be the oil. That's pretty straightforward. Let's look at this air filter, because this can be a little bit of a pain. Not so much taking it off. It's pretty simple. You just got some clips here. Just pop those off, and then you kind of pull it. You can see it. And then there's like little tabs in the back over there, but slips out pretty easy. And let's compare. Old, you can see it's got a bunch of crap on the side here. Like to do this. Holy smokes. So I've been changing it every 20,000 miles, the air filter. Needs it. Quite obviously. But before I put that back in, let's see what it looks like down here. Yeah, I got some debris in there, so I'm going to vacuum that out. Just to clean that out, and then I'll put the filter in. But one of the things, this is tricky getting it back in. There's three tabs on that back end, and getting those tabs in those slots is a little bit of a pain. I've failed at doing that before, and it leaves a little opening, which you don't want. But at the end of the day, it takes a little diligence. Double check when you think you've got it, and then that'll be a wrap. Okay, so now I told you about the oil in the air filter. Now, what I do with this transmission, it's so easy, guys. This is like some of the easiest things. One of the easiest. This is so easy compared to like oil change. It's just a piece of cake. So you get either a 7/16 or 11 millimeter socket. Of course, you get a gallon of transmission fluid. I like to use Amsoil. Been putting Amsoil on this thing, so. But I'm just gonna use that filter. I'm sorry, use that funnel and this empty Rain-X bottle, and I'm going to drain it into that. See this little nut right here? Is that loosening it? No, that's tightening it. I don't want to tighten it. So you just get, like I said, 7/16 or 11 millimeter, and you just, well, like I said, in previous videos, there's a little bit of a gap. I'm not sure how closely you can see that. There's a little bit of a gap, a distance between the bottom of this, the head of this screw or nut, and the housing, the casing there. You want to make sure you don't super tighten this thing back up in there when you are done with it. You just want to leave it a little bit off. So let's go at it. And it's not tight, it's just snug. You take it off. It's just the easiest thing to do, guys, to change or drain out 1 gallon. And I'll just put this right underneath here. Ouch. Boy, is that hot. And I drain 1 gallon out every 25,000 miles. So I did it at 25K, 50K, and now I'm doing it at 75K. And this just puts a gallon of fresh fluid in there, mix in with whatever else is in there, which is, you know, at least another gallon. I'm not sure exactly what the whole transmission and transfer case contains. But I'm just doing a gallon every 25K of the Amsoil automatic transmission fluid, you know, full synthetic. And so we'll just let that drain out, and then once that is completely done draining, like I said, a gallon comes out, we'll put the nut back in, and then we'll have to kind of remove the air box to get to the fill of the where the transmission is, but that's pretty easy. It's not a big deal. And that's it. That's 75K maintenance on this puppy. You can see I got some, you know, minor leaking on the transmission here. I'm not too concerned about it. This is kind of standard. It gets dirty. The seals start to leak just a little bit over time. I'm at 75K. Nothing's dripping on the ground, so I'm not too concerned about it at all. But that's all, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying your Ford Edge Sports 2.7 V6 Ecoboost monsters. Love this thing. Was out driving around with it the other day because, you know, my wife drives this most of the time, and put in sport mode and get out on the highway, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. And love having this car, keeping it maintained, and will last a very long time. I'm hoping to get, you know, a good 200,000 miles out of this thing. So, all right, guys, God bless, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.